But yeah, that was the first one who was announced. It was
a trailer.
It was Zeph, yes. It was Zeph.
I can't leave.
There's a Discord stream for you going on. If you want to hop in there.
I'm gonna have to manually override this Soul Calibur game.
Alright, twice a day for Florida Man.
Yeah.
You got Kilik versus Nightmare, which is a match that JJJ is currently watching with me.
Yes. Yes.
Good. All right.
No. Yeah, I still have the Discord thing going on. I just had to effectively just close out of Steam entirely.
Now, like, twice a day, like, I've been watching his past couple matches, and he's, like, powered up so much. He's like a whole new player these days.
Yeah, I played him the second to last Illuminati thing that I entered, and it was actually pure luck that I ended up closing out that game. He's definitely, and the fact that he's been able to pull that off with, I mean, in my opinion, like, potentially, like, in the running for worst character in the game.
Sure, like, or at the very least, on the lower end of, you know, hypothetical, like, tier list, but, like, you know...
Bottom 5, almost assuredly.
But, like, he's got a, you know, got a really good BB, good range, Rising B actually stresses me out. He's got a lot of good stuff going for him.
I'm wondering if...
Yeah, you're right, like
sorry,
because the weaknesses that he has, Twice Day has been looked like he's been making it work.
He definitely seems like a pretty knowledgeable and pretty patient player, and he's definitely pulling the... Ooh, nice. Ends up getting the soul attack, and that's going to give him the round, I think, yeah. So Florida Man's going to have to come up with something. I'm curious to see if Twice a Day is going to be able to make use of the stuff that Kilik does have that tends to be -12 or a little bit more unsafe, where Nightmare doesn't have the... Okay, apparently what we're going to do is just... Okay, well, alright. I have checked out of this round.
Really trying to, like, prove you wrong, Jay.
Yeah. Decided to do a whole bunch of flapjacks. I mean, I guess he just wanted to, like, throw out as much momentum kind of stuff as he could.
Oh, that's
nice light sidestep, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great, not only a sidestep, but a great, like, sidestep into a duck, which, deals with more moves in the game and goes right into a Rising B.
My guess is... Wow, okay, well, that's 2 rounds, and that's Nightmare for you. In the blink of an eye, 2 rounds. That's some pretty heavy damage. But he's only probably going to get 1 bar to Kilik's 2. The problem is that Nightmare's meter usage is kind of a lot better than Kilik's.
Oh yeah, just especially Kilik's slow charge is just like probably like yeah, potentially the highest damage output in the game, but with the risk of just like a tick-tocking health
himself.
bar. Like, nice to just heal himself and cancel the slow charge.
Even though it kind of worked out for him, I actually think that it was kind of a mistake for Florida Man to go in once. Wow, that CE whiffed, and then Kilik does a spinneroonie. Doesn't get anything off of the clash. Oh, this is very interesting. Nightmare with Terror Charge, he can kill in 1 hit.
Yeah, it's even. It's basically just the next hit. They're about next 2 hits.
Gets the GI, and then gets the post-GI. Fantastic, clutch stuff.
And that's such a... Florida Man just, like, went for it. Just go for the GI, just really trying to close it out. But Twice a Day just made him pay for making that risk.
Well, he kind of had to, because Kilik has a lethal hit either way in that situation. So he just, like, took the 50-50 bet.
Oh, that's true. He could have, what? He could have got the beast.
Yeah, I don't know what that move, what the input for that move is, but and then that's like a lethal hit.
Wait, what's the move?
You know,
I'm sorry. One more time.
It's like a.
You make funny noises.
Wow, you sound like every girl I've ever met in my life.
Yay!
That's
the stream, folks. Have a good night.
Yeah. But yeah, I really feel like Florida Man... Well, I'm not a Nightmare player, so I can't necessarily say, but it really feels like the Nightmare player could afford to be a little bit more patient in some of these high tense situations, because he's going in and... If he were to hang back against Kilik, especially when Kilik's in Soul Charge, then the work is being kind of done for him, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and this is a relatively big... I wouldn't necessarily call it like a big stage, but there's plenty of room to walk around and kind of let Kilik kill himself.
Yeah, like, you know, the Nightmare player should just, like, make it frustrating for the opponent to try to, like, get in. Kilik's block punishment game is actually like pretty damn good. So with Nightmare having not the safest overall moveset, you are right in that Florida Man should probably think about not playing into the game that Twice a Day wants to play.
Well, now that being said, I mean, he is kind of going totally against what I was talking about, and it's going in a whole lot, and it is working, it is successful, so I might be just, like, plain wrong about this sort of thing, but I just feel like on paper, Nightmare would have a much easier time with this matchup, spacing him out and making Kilik run into things like AGA than he would just, like, going in for stuff. I guess I just feel like overall Kilik can be camped out a little bit better than other characters.
But we just saw the benefits of playing more of a defensive Kilik, and playing a Kilik that just kind of punishes someone who's approaching badly. Especially if you use stuff like just like Rising B, Step Rising B, 2-2B. But just like that, Florida Man is just kind of turning the tables on Twice a Day now, just being really aggressive, using that Dread Charge and killing the step.
Yeah, it really seems like Twice a Day is having a real tough time dealing with Terror Charge and just Nightmare's Soul Charge specifically. It seems like any time that he's had some meter, Twice a Day has had a real tough time kind of corralling Nightmare into a beneficial situation.
Just like that, like Florida Man just like punished them hard for trying to mash at disadvantage, and already just near perfect round for Florida Man.
Yeah,
a lot of momentum just from that one mistake.
I hate to be this guy, but at this point I would be curious to know what the connection situation is like, because Florida Man has done 2 1As so far in this set. Both of them have hit, and that time right there, he was literally just sidestepping. So, I don't know. That's not normally something that people get hit by, is kind of the idea that I'm getting at.
Oh, sure, like, maybe every once in a while, or maybe during, like, just tense moments in the match.
A tech trap kind of thing, maybe, but in that situation, I just have a tough time believing using it like a true low like that is really a solid way of going about it.
Sure, yeah, definitely something to look forward to. Definitely something that Florida Man should be thinking about, where it's like, wait, these 1As are working, I can use this.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Or whatever.
Plus, I appreciate the fact that he's getting Terror Charge, and see, now he's just kind of like laming him out, which I think is, again, like a good idea to deal with Kilik. Yep. Yeah,
especially with just like being able to like outspace, outrange a Kilik, then like it's got to be like hard for a Kilik to try to just like rush down and approach Florida Man's Nightmare like this.
Well, let's not forget the fact that he outdamages Kilik as well. Exactly. So the idea is that you are forcing the Kilik to try and take bets as to an approach. And if Nightmare is right once for every like 3 times that Kilik is right, short of big time hits and big time reads, chances are you're gonna outdamage him and you're gonna win the round before Kilik does.
Nice great stab into a lethal hit, Rising B.
Like, look at that damage. Look at that damage plus the guard damage, and then he just backs up and he forces Kilik. He ends up. So that's one of the issues with Soul Attack, is that you do get kind of beat out like that way.
Oh, but that's one of Kilik's better moves with better damage.
You know, now that I think about it, it's kind of weird that Twice a Day didn't go for the BBB to punish the bubble. Wow, 6K just out of nowhere. Well, see, this is the thing, right? Like, this is what makes it very difficult, is that the Nightmare player gets to do quite a lot of stuff and try to take a lot of reads before you can end up killing him.
Which is funny, because, like, again, like, Twice a Day is on a character that can punish Nightmare, like, pretty well, in my opinion.
Yeah?
Solid punishes all around, I-12, I-14.
Yeah, that's true. I wouldn't know.
I hate you.
Hey. Wow. A sidestep to 45-degree angle into wait a little while into grab.
Just playing around with the timing, just catching Twice a Day freezing.
Yeah, I feel like if Twice a Day was a little bit more patient, especially on Florida Man when Florida Man is waking up, he could potentially be catching him a lot more often. I feel like both of these players are very, very aggressive when they're getting up off the ground, and so I feel like the first player who is able to throw out meaty attacks or keep everything in check as much as he can and make sure not to get hit on the other opponent's wake-up is going to be the victor.
Oh, just on the wake up, just slams into the wall. Slams into the wall again into the ring out. Just twice a day, just showing a little impatience there on the defense.
Yeah, it's pretty important not to get hit by 6K from Nightmare when he has Terror Charge. So we should not do that.
That's one thing Nightmare has going for him. His Oki game can be pretty scary.
Well, that being said, there isn't really a mix-up involved, though, right?
Not so much, but you know, he can threaten like Flapjack, stuff like that. Oh my god. That was an Oki situation, but you know.
Has anybody been talking in the chat about the connection maybe not being great? If neither of them are talking about it being bad, then okay. But
yeah, we'll assume that the connection is great, and any mistakes the players are making are their own mistakes.
Yeah. So, in case Twice Today doesn't know, the reverse Flapjack is going to be a reverse ring out, so it is important to break those. Only time that you should questionably not break that is if the regular Flapjack was going to kill you anyway.
Yeah, just not thinking about that when you're thinking of like a player's like mental cue who just could be just focused on other things.
Yeah, I suppose so, but it's definitely something that you should be effectively breaking, very similar to how you deal with stun or hit stun just in general to try and get away from CS. You know, you want to be breaking back against Nightmare and Siegfried at the ring edge. Anybody who's been playing Soul Calibur competitively for, I don't know, maybe 12 years. How many years do we have in the competitive Soul Calibur community combined? Like 30?
Okay, we're approaching 20, if not there.
Oh,
already.
We definitely have 20, because you've been around for just as long as I have,
Yep.
plus more, right?
Oh yeah, definitely longer.
Yeah, and I have fucking 12.
I count about 18.
Boo.
Off the top of my head.
So 30 right on the nose.
Yeah.
God, you've been in the Soul Calibur. We've been in the Soul Calibur community longer than most of the people in the Soul Calibur community have been alive.
Oh yeah, I see a lot of you guys more than my own family. I mean, not these days, but you know.
Yeah. These days we see the same 1 to 2 to 4 people every goddamn hour of every goddamn day. But I'm okay with it.
I don't remember the last time I've seen a face.
Yeah, I haven't looked in the mirror in 30 years.
Yeah, I don't look at the mirror anymore. That's what quarantine has done for me.
Wow, are we like trying to make a point here? Why are we just kind of statue blocking? Oh, okay. So he wanted to try and like get a soul attack as a whip punish to go into the terror charge, and I don't blame him because he tends to get stuff like this. Oh, when he activates terror charge.
Nightmare, like people talk about Nightmare, but he definitely has a lot of good things going for him. One of those things.
Yes,
is,
he does.
Combined with the massive damage, and he's just, oh my god, he's moving really, really well. But today he's just having a hard time just kind of like just getting him to just not move, and Borderman's just getting so much damage off of it.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, just statistically, just the amount of damage that Nightmare is getting whenever he's right, there really is no incentive for him to stop moving. It's very difficult to condition a character that does this kind of high damage to not use it.
I mean, twice a day he was trying to like get a hold onto his movement using stuff like Ghibli Step, like A plus B, I think the notation is, which is a great step killer, good damage, but like then that leaves him open up to a Terror Charge 60k, which is just huge amounts of damage. Borderman just gets so much money off of that.
Yeah, it really is a situation where I think that if twice a day were to kind of gauge where these 6Ks are coming, which is pretty much every single time Florida Man is coming up off of the ground, then he would be a little bit more successful. Just standing, surely there is some sort of a range that Kilik is able to set up off of his Oki situations. I honestly feel like treating this matchup like Valdo at this point, where it's like the second you get a knockdown on Florida Man, you just immediately back up, would be better than what's going on right now for twice a day. It would just be like, okay, we're only going to play neutral, which means you're definitely going to out-damage me in terms of guesses and everything, but at the same time, I am not giving you the amount of opportunities you're getting for 6K stuff.
And it looks like Twice a Day is just approaching this now with just more of a poking style, so just focusing more on defense and just chipping him away with stuff like 4A, just small pokes, and eventually finds opportunities, just like now, for even bigger damage than 4A, but still going low, so it's a good play adjustment from Twice a Day right away.
Yeah, the problem is that I'd be curious to see if he's able to keep this up once Nightmare has meter and Terror Charge, because some of these kinds of wake-up situations are perfectly fine for now, but they're not necessarily going to be meaty enough to stop Nightmare from doing what has been succeeding so far in this set.
All up to twice a day, just keep it up and not like, oh, there he is.
Yeah, Florida Man definitely getting paid for a lot of these slight sidesteps. Ooh, we're not sidestepping that, huh? Oh no.
But Florida Man's got Terror Charge, so... Oh, shutting it down with a Rising B. Definitely, I would say Kilik's best move. That move is fucked up.
There we go. Well, he ended up getting a 2A, but I do appreciate the fact that he ran up into a block, because Florida Man has been doing so much wake-up 6K, or wake-up sidestep slight delay 6K, and if you want to just block it instead of trying to sidestep it, maybe because the connection isn't strong enough in order to warrant a sidestep, then more power to you. You're definitely mitigating the amount that you were eating before.
And I do appreciate that 2A at the end of the last round. He's just basically just telling Florida Man, it's like, please stop moving. I don't want to I don't want you to move anymore.
Yeah, he's forcing Florida Man to actually try and make a block on a low, and that's a pretty big change of pace. For the most part, I have seen that when Florida Man is getting up without a button, he's getting up by blocking low.
Yeah.
And so, you know, and Twice a Day blew him up pretty hard for that sort of stuff. So we'll see. Okay.
Definitely open them up for launchers. Definitely open up for mids, but it doesn't matter. Florida Man is just gonna go right into it. Oh, both characters in Soul Charge.
Florida Man getting
more pain with his Soul Charge. Has the life lead. Has the red gauge. Twice a Day is just basically get away from death, and there it is.
Yeah, Florida Man played it perfectly. The second that you see Kilik is Soul Charge, the best thing to do is back away.
Exactly. Just let the Soul Charge itself just do the job for you.
Yeah, and even if he has a low amount of life, he still feels like he's the one who has to go in, especially with a red guard gauge. Jesus Christ. That amount of damage off of what felt like almost... Oh, he doesn't get a punish on the low, but he does get that thing. But, so he decides to immediately go into his soul... Whoa!
Yeah, the wake up 6K like you were talking about.
Yeah. I think because in the very last time that situation happened in the previous round, it was just enough of a conditioning to make Twice a Day think that it was still a good idea to go for his basic pressure. But yeah, Florida Man is still just working those 6Ks, and I mean, as you can tell, like, if the 6K is working as much as it is right now, then Twice a Day is going to lose. And if he's able to figure out a way to get around it, and especially if he were to punish it harder by sidestepping the second hit and getting his 2-2B lethal hit rather than just getting a 2A, that's really the only way that I see this swinging back into Twice a Day's favor.
Yeah, just has to permanently just have it on the top of his mental stack. Always be looking for it looking for it. Especially when he has the Terror Charge. Easier said than done, there's a lot of things that happen in the match, but that is something you have to look forward to because he just eats so much damage, just costs him so many rounds not looking out for it.
So many rounds, so many games. Oh, wow. Wow, Nightmare already has a full bar.
Now, that was a different situation. That was a whiff punish, but still, that 6K just doing so much work there.
Yeah.
Charge.
See, at this point, this is the thing, is that Florida Man, as the set has been progressing, has been able to couple what we've been talking about in terms of his 6K stuff, along with the other stuff we've been talking about, which is like the defensive aspect of it as well, where the second he has an opportunity to potentially just like end the round outright, rather than necessarily running in and giving Twice a Day the opportunity to fight back, he's very impressive stuff. It is not very often that you see a Protoss player able to exert that kind of pressure, and you know, he just had a handful of key matches that were able to keep him into the set.
Hey Jay, as an African American, I know nothing about StarCraft, so thank you.
Did any black people play StarCraft?
No.
Exactly, no. Yeah, they just don't. But yeah, hopefully we can watch this match.
Next time, next time that happens, say, I don't know, what do you guys play? Like basketball or something?
Yeah, just like do like a 2K commentary or like FIFA or like Madden or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Or like Call of Duty. You know, we can get with that. You know.
Some people can.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
This is your last time commentating. No, I'm kidding.
I understand.
all
Looks like we're good so far, so let's see what happens.
Did Boom just like remove?
Boom! What happened?
Don't worry about what happened. Just know that we're back, and I'm going to yeah, I'm gonna fix this. Give me a sec.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. I thought you were trying to make like a statement or something.
No, it was a complete accident.
Oh, okay.
Let me know if you guys can
Twice
see.
a day, up around. Yeah, I'm totally fine. Kwong, do you have it?
I am also fine.
Okay, great. Oh, wow, he tried to go for the heavy. That almost worked out really well.
I really wish they didn't switch to StarCraft when we actually saw that Soul Calibur match, because I want to see what adjustments that Twice a Day made to take this turn this around against Florida Man.
It was definitely an interesting idea going back to StarCraft, especially StarCraft Brood War, which hasn't really seen competitive play for years now.
Oh! Whip the Wiggly Sticks. And especially playing Terran against Protoss, and I don't know about you, but I never really liked that matchup. But Twice a Day starts out with a good life lead.
Well, I was a Protoss player, so I can't necessarily say.
Oh, I was Terran player. Word.
Yeah, I never had the micro for Terran.
I just really like siege tanks.
Yeah.
Dropships, siege tanks, getting those clips. Oh.
I like Reavers.
Reaver drops? Yo, there's some
Yeah.
shit. Good, that's a sidestep.
Oh,
That's
but
the
he didn't
biggest
get his 2-2B lethal hit. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. That would just ended the round, like straight up. But he ends the round anyway, and Twice a Day, like.
I think what I'm gonna do is every time we have a situation like that, where the game cuts out, but they're still playing it, I'm going to come up with a different game to commentate every single time.
Didn't last time you were having him play Monopoly?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I still have a lot of other games that I can talk about. I'm nowhere close to finished.
On the one hand, I don't hope that the stream cuts out, but is that just a raw CE? No, that's trying to catch something.
I think, yeah, I think like due to that, due to the frame situation, that kind of thing is gonna like beat backstep, or is gonna beat like slower moves, which is something that you're gonna see from Nightmare. So if Nightmare did nothing or did a tech crouch, then he would have won. But I guess Twice a Day just wanted to make it a pseudo 50-50. More experienced Kilik players will have to let me know.
Sure, I mean, it is an I-12, so it can potentially catch backstep, sidestep, and a button. And though Nightmare has pretty good movement, he doesn't have the fastest buttons. And even with good movement, you're still adhering to the rules of an I-12 sidestep or an I-15 backstep. And as long as Kilik has the frames, that CE will catch your step.
Alright, so Twice a Day, again, we didn't really get to see what he did in the first game where he was coming back. What does that make this? 4-4? 4-3?
He was, so this is a 4-3.
Yeah, 4-3.
4-3, okay. So he still has a little bit of work to do. We'll see if Florida Man can bring it back. I'm curious if he was able to get away from some of those 6-6Ks. And try and slow it down where his pressure is a little bit, maybe less damaging, but a little bit safer, a little less risky.
And it could be indication that he's just willing to just kind of go for the soul charge pressure just a little bit more. Maybe take more risks.
Wow, super slowing it down. Oh, but ends up getting a bad duck. Florida Man trying to turn on the pressure again, but it's not necessarily as effective as it was before. Pretty low grab range for Nightmare on that whiff grab. And that's one of the things that I will say is that there seems to be significantly more reversal edges going on in this set and the previous game that we saw. And Twice a Day seems to be coming out more often.
Which is interesting because, like, oh my goodness. Oh, no ring out.
Yeah, but still, that was pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
It's like, what else was he going for? You really think about it.
Because of that no ring out, he gets the cleanest whiff punish ever, and that was negative a lot. Could have got something there.
Yeah, that was almost like the most optimal punish that we've ever seen. All right, he's definitely in potential like ring out slash just wow. Okay,
caught his approach very nice from Twice.
Oh, he didn't get the ending, and he gets hit by this.
He was sidestepping too. He just caught him.
Yeah.
Big hitbox on that 60k.
Well, it's not one that you can, and that's the ring out. It's not
that's what
a
you get for
move.
playing dead. If you play dead against that in a bad way, then yeah, he's gonna pick you up into the ring out.
That's definitely something that we're seeing from Twice a Day a lot, is that he's playing dead in situations that you simply cannot against Nightmare, and you do have to just get up and block. Again, there isn't a heavy mix-up there. It's just something that Nightmare gets to do. He just gets like a really big like guard damage opportunity. You just have to eat it.
Yeah, just get up and block. Maybe there's a crash grab there, but you can break it. So perhaps a little less. Great whip punish from Florida Man. Gets the wall. Oh my god.
That's gonna be the second wall bounce, right? Yeah.
Yes. Oh, and just goes for the plus range pressure.
Yeah, I was surprised that he waited as long as he did to use his... Alright, is he able to pull anything out here?
Might just go all in with this soul charge and tries to go for the resist impact.
Oh, the can! Oh, and he tried to go for the soul charge CE, I think, but... Oh, I don't really know. I don't really know how it worked.
I missed the sick combos!
Yeah. I feel like he wasn't expecting to not be in soul charges.
Yeah, I actually thought he was still in soul charge going for that CE, but yeah, comboed anyway, so very nice.
Okay, so he ends up getting the Ooh, okay, very nice sidestep. Very akin to what I was talking about, how... Okay, so he ended up trying to go for the twirly stick, whatever the input is there. A little too... I mean, I understand why you're gonna do it, because it's minus 12 and Nightmare can't do anything about that, but like... I don't know so much about doing it on every wake-up. Nice stuff.
I mean, it was working for a long time, but it was a good adjustment from Florida Man to basically just call it out just with the armor.
Alright, so he decides to use his meter immediately, which could potentially be good or bad. Again, you definitely have to get up, so yeah, he gets the RI.
Okay, gets a little bit of damage
RI.
But we're just gonna cancel the soul charge, get a little bit of life left, back.
Is that gonna be a ring out? No.
Won't ring out, but Twice a Day is in a really comfortable spot.
There you go.
Blocks it that time. Oh no! No ring out, doesn't look great for Twice a Day.
Twice a Day, just leave. Okay. So that makes a 4 and 4.
Ooh, that
would not being able to break. Yeah, if he's not able to like break some of these grabs, then in that situation, you literally just have to go to the other end of the screen whenever there's a potential ring out opportunity. Just like, don't even deal with that. Like.
He should have died.
Or do we get a small stage for these?
Ooh, this is I'm gonna say this is a nightmare stage, dude.
This is definitely a nightmare for Twice a Day, I'll tell you that.
But this is the final game between. This is the final game, right?
Yeah, 4 and 4. This one went the distance. Ooh, yeah, okay.
I mean, at the beginning, it looked like it was going to be Florida Man all day, but wonderful adjustment from Twice a Day takes it to the final game.
Yeah, it was going to be Florida Man all day, but they decided to, at least twice in that day, we were going to give it to Twice a Day. I interrupted you in order to tell that joke.
I'm happy to set you up for that, but seriously though, Twice a Day is looking really, really good. Looking pretty grim at first, but like I'm really pumped about the adjustments he's making to turn this completely around.
Yeah, it seems like the two things I would say is that he's not getting hit by random 6Ks as much. He's able to get like these box steps into ducks significantly more often, but he's also using minus 12 stuff a lot, which is really the kind of, like any character, seems to be the way to beat Nightmare. That's like the major weakness that he has, and that's the way that you have to lean on him.
And that the Wiggly Stick's just doing like so much work for Twice a Day. It's you know, minus 12 like you say, so you know it's pretty safe. Nightmare can't punish it, and does a good job of catching approaches, catching movement, and catching just slow buttons.
Yeah, especially in this game specifically, I'm seeing in a lot of situations when Twice a Day is waking up, he's doing, or on just like slight block situations, he's doing a slight sidestep into duck into wall rising B. Shades of Soul Calibur 4 in that sense.
Yeah, just like so much evasion, so much damage when you land it, and it's unblocked, Nightmare can punish it.
Man, if he pulls this off, this would have been a hell of an adaptation for Twice a Day.
Oh yeah, hell of a comeback for Twice a Day, but...
So charge the meter for meter.
Oh, that's again! Why is it so hard to step?
Yeah, I can't really blame Twice a Day for that one. It looked like something like that. But yeah, you do have to quick step it effectively to use an SE5 turn. You can't just lazily sidestep it.
I'll argue that he's stepping in the wrong direction. The weaker side will be on Nightmare's right.
Oh, that is a good point. Cool. Get punched in the face, time to 3B. Decides to go for a soul charge. I'm actually surprised by that.
We're gonna stay in soul charge, just trying to make something work. But yeah, we're just gonna cancel it, get a little bit of life back.
Yeah, just the amount of chip damage that he got off of that series was pretty strong.
Exactly, so good return on investment, and possibly going to win him the entire match. He's got a huge life lead. He's going to chop him down with 4A into the tech.